Okie doke, I'm Beck Lane, this is Studio 120, and I dropped down another hidey hole for 2 or 3 weeks, and I apologize, but it's just something I had to do. We're all dealing with ridiculous circumstances, and they hit us in different ways, and I have a tendency to drop down a hidey hole, and then I feel bad that I dropped down a hidey hole, and then I try and do things where I'm like, hi, I'm still your friend. I'm just in a hidey hole, and I can't get out of the hidey hole. So I'm like a little bunny rabbit, just like, meh. There's scary things out there like clouds. I apologize, especially, I mean, if you're using me as a friend and to help keep you motivated, I apologize from the bottom of my heart. But I couldn't even get me motivated very much, except to do a couple of things. There's a painting I've talked about where I can't really show you because it's a gift, and I was asked to please not post anything about it, so I can't show you. Well, I've been working on it for 3 or 4 months, and it's hideous. It is absolutely god-awful, hideous, embarrassing, to the point where I couldn't even send updates to the person who ordered it. And I apologize to her. We're going to call this the apology tour. But like Obama's apology tour. We're so sorry for President Bush. I am so sorry that it got stupid for a while. Like Obama, I'm sorry things got really stupid and ridiculous for a while, but it happens. And I went from painting my way, which is using lights and darks and playing with light and how it reflects or is absorbed by paint, how it can make paint glow, and using stencils, to just mashing paint layer upon layer upon the canvas. I'm looking at it and it's hideous and it's embarrassing. It's fine if you can't see like me and you're a ways away, but when you get close up to it and you actually take a look, believe me, it is so amateurish, it's embarrassing. So I finally wrote the person that ordered it, and I said, I'm embarrassed, and I'm thinking about renting a car just so I can run over the painting, light it on fire, and then run over it a few times, maybe back over it too, jump on top of it, and feed it to alligators. So I went and got new canvases, and I started this new painting, the same image, but within 2 days I had it. And so I still can't show you, but I'm much prouder of this than I was of the other one, which is going to haunt me. It doesn't happen often, and then it does, and ew. So I've also I also picked up a couple more canvases and started laying out 2 paintings. The one we're looking at right here, this is the reference material. It's these arrogant girls riding pigs on a merry-go-round, which I'm in love with because nothing says privilege like this particular image. And then I'm working on, laid out another one of my hobby horse boys. Look at the look on his face. It's so different from the other faces I've done where usually kids look pretty dark. He looks like I effing belong here. So these two are really about privilege, and you juxtapose them against the other images I've done of other white boys on hobby horses where they're kind of cowering or angry. You take them and juxtapose that look of absolute sheer confidence and arrogance against those, and it should be, hopefully it'll be a little startling, especially if they ever end up with my African American children, who they all express, some express a strength and courage and anger, sheer fury, and others, they're sitting up straight, but you can tell they're full of trepidation. They're not sure if they should be comfortable or not. And my dream is to have all of these images in one place at some point. I want to see them all hanging together. Who knows if that'll happen. I'm going to show you a third project I've been working on, though. And this one has been consuming me. absolutely consuming me is, as we know, I have a grandson named Maxwell, Max, and we didn't take our Maxwell minute yet. Let's do that right now and say hello to him. Max, I love you, sweetheart, and I think about you all the time. And let's let him know. Ready, Max? You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. Ooh. Okay, let's try that again. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray like they are today. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please go make me proud and yourself proud every day. Da da da, cha cha cha. I love you, Max. I love you so much. And I do think about you all the time, sweet pea. So I'm going to show you what I've been putting together for Max. I've been picking up these little sketchbooks at Michael's. They run like $7. And as you know, you can get them in this size. You can get them in larger sizes. You can get them in a variety of sizes. But I focused on this particular setup, this particular notebook, because it's consistent, whatever size you're getting. And I know Max likes organization just like I do. We like things clean. We like things organized. So this is going to be Grammy got it dirty. I think I got paint. Yeah, I got paint on the notebook already. But anyway, on the sketchbook, they'll be uniform, which is something, you know, both of us really appreciate. But I've been going through, I pick up the sketchbooks, and what I'm doing is, I'm going to be doing as many of these as I can. Buying sketchbooks not only for him to draw in, but also to give him information so he has a real strong sense of self. I've never met Max in person. I've never been able to hug him or kiss him except through video chats. So this is my way. This is my way of giving him that feeling that he is loved and honored and respected from many, many miles away, and maybe from many, many years away too. I'm putting together information on him that he will have for not just when he's 2, and this makes no sense, when he's 5, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. Hopefully he'll always have these. So to start with, I sent his first sketchbook last week, I think. I can't even remember what I put in it other than his name. And I think I started doing codes. This is multi-level project that I'd like to suggest for Grammies and Grampies, for parents, for kids of parents who would like to share themselves and express love and admiration and affection for one another. I think I've kind of figured out a way I can do this with Max because he's extremely bright. So I've written out his, I've been doing things, sorry if I'm scattered, I haven't made a video in a while, so my brain's mush. What I'm doing in each sketchbook is I'm taking a section of the front and I'm writing information that just pertains to Max. And then in the back of the book, I'm writing leather, that's not right. I'm writing him a letter and giving him more information on himself. In the back of this particular book, as you probably just saw, I have an illustration of the moon. That's the illustration of the moon the year before he was born, but I thought it was important. It was a supermoon. January 2nd, 2018, there was a supermoon, which is pretty cool. But then on his birthday, there was a crescent moon. The following year on his birthday in 2020, there was a waxing moon. Oh, so wait a minute, sorry. The actual birthday, crescent moon, first birthday, waxing moon. Second birthday, which just happened, a waning moon. And all of these there's information I've written down for each of the moons. And this is the thing. It's not just writing, I love you, you're special, blah, blah, who cares? It's really looking at Max and getting information together that gives him a real sense of being and a sense of self. Here we've got, I'll show you what I've done. In every opening sketchbook, they're numbered. Max's second sketchbook, Love From, and what I did was I did find a sign language symbol for me. This is Grandpa, but he's got a Grandpa. Grandpa Peter. This is Grandma, but he's got a Grandma Jennifer. So this is me. Boink, boink. That's just going to be me. The one that's right down the middle, something or other Beck. That's going to be me. Boink, boink. With the nose, because we love giving people that. So moving on, I've also been working out logos for him, logo designs. It says, I love you, in sign language with a pen and a brush. Under his name, you see right here, it says Max. And this is where things got really fun for me, and I think could get fun for him. I know kids sit in front of the TV all the time. My grandson doesn't. Thank God he doesn't do that. He's not watching endless videos. He's not, well, he's 2, but I know 2-year-olds who are just stuck with their parents' phone in their face all day long. It's not good for him. So instead, what I've done is I want to get him hooked into different coding systems. Using codes is just learning another language, like English. But here, we're going to use Morse code. So I've got M-A-X in Morse code. And then up above in the logo, M-A-X in Morse code. Where are we? Somewhere in there. There we go, N-E. So we've got Max Lane. And this isn't like, this is going to be your logo forever, kiddo. This is just something for him to think about for later. Now I've got Morse code in here. I've got signs for American Sign Language for different things that I've learned, like comet. I couldn't figure out shooting star, but I found comet. So I've got that illustrated in one of these 2 sketchbooks that are going out. I know I'm giving you a lot of information, but I want you to think about doing something like this for the kids in your life. I would give anything. I would have given anything for anyone, any adult, to give me a sense of self. So this is what I'm doing for Max. Oh, okay, a sense of self. Here we go. This is code. This is a code called Pigpen. And that's not to denigrate poor little Max. It's actually just giving him another code to work in. Here's his name in a variety of different ways in Korean. He and his mommy are of Korean descent. So I've been trying to learn Korean symbols to send him. So we've got multiple codes. And then we got into the alphabet, the English alphabet. It's another code. But then as you can see, there's numbers up above. Numbers for each letter. Just another code. So he's learning numbers, he's learning symbols, he's learning sign language. Hopefully he'll get interested in that as well. In codes. Hopefully it'll all tie together in his head so he can move on to other languages and learn them. And then I started getting into things like his name. Where his name originated. It actually originated in 1144 AD in Scotland. I've got it broken down by the meanings in French and German, in Latin as well. And this is how I end my section of coding or whatever information I'm going to give him in the sketchbook. I ended with your adventure continues, or let the adventure begin, or let the adventure go on. So I've got a couple of these going. That was book 2, book 3, and I'll try and be quick. Book 3, there we are again. There's my signature. It's my sign language signature. This is another type of logo that Max could use one day if he wanted to, because he's my shooting star. And in the front of the book, I've got Max written in cursive, Max written in Pigpen, Max written in capital letters, Max written in Morse code, Max written in numerical code. And then we move into shooting star. The first book I sent him, it was how to illustrate a star and a whole bunch of other information. But then in this particular book, I wanted to get into his zodiac. He's a Capricorn, so what does that mean? So I have pages of information on Capricorn. He was born his ruling star is Saturn. What does that mean? So I've got some of that information in there. His element is the earth. His exaltation is Mars. And what does that mean? So I've got all kinds of information in here, including the constellation for Capricorn, which has led me to compiling information on the stars and the night sky and constellations. So it's just more and more and more and more and more information. What are the characteristics of a Capricorn? As you can see, I've spent a lot of time obsessing over this. But it's fun, and this is something he's going to have when he's 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 years old. Unless he's like me and spills coffee all over it and, loses it in the woods. There we go. There's the last page of that section. It says, "Let the adventures continue." And I want to show you the back of the book as well. In the back of the book, I wrote him a letter, just like in the first two. I've written him a little letter. And then I started breaking down his other grandparents' names. What do they mean? What do they stand for? What are the symbols for them? Unfortunately, I couldn't find a tremendous amount of information on them. So I wrote in there, what can you find? Well, okay, this is all I could find. What can you find? So he's going to have a ton of projects to work off of here. Eventually, I'm going to get into things like the periodic table, because his birthday is on the 100th anniversary of the completion of the periodic table. Not the beginning of it. Anyway, the 100th anniversary of it being completed. I have stuff on my table that pertains to trains. We'll have a little book on trains. We're going to have a book on just sketching, drawing a tree, drawing trees up. Doing line work, less heady crap that I get into. But I'm really looking forward to getting into maps. I sent him a couple of simple maps, or I'm sending him a couple of simple maps in one book. But I want to get it more and more complicated, where we're hopefully sending maps back and forth to each other, or he's making his own. These are all just like games and tricks and things that I've been wanting to do with my Stories from Scooter Town book, but I wanted to share that with you. So if you have a child, adult or little, that you're missing, or a grandparent, and you want a way to communicate, a way to build memories that will really last, I think I've come up with it. And I'm not patting myself on the back, but I kind of am. I mean, how many of us would love to be able to see our grandparents' handwriting again, or know what they thought, how they saw us? How powerful, how extremely powerful could that have been? Could that be? So right now it's just about the regular horoscope. Actually, I'm going to head up the street in a minute, get another sketchbook. Then we'll do the Chinese horoscope. What are the lucky numbers? What are the lucky colors? What does the symbol for this mean? What does that mean? So that we've got a dialogue going that will last through decades. Okay, there's my spiel. And I'll try not to take so long in between videos, okay? But I think, like everyone, I've been struggling a little bit. But this is what's keeping me going. If you have any questions, please put them in the comment section below. If you have anything you want to ask, or you want to bounce ideas, let me know. We can talk. It's okay. And once again, this is Beck at Studio 120. If you'd like to help support Studio 120, all the links are down below, including Patreon, TeePublic, where you can buy my artwork on t-shirts, mugs, blah, 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 all kinds of stuff. There's also a Cash App link and a PayPal link as well, if you'd just like to help me keep things moving. All right? Ready, Carrie? Oh, Max, by the way, I love you. I love you, Max. You are my sunshine. You are my sunshine. I love you. All right, Carrie, here we go. Ready? Meow, meow, meow. Ciao. Boink.